In this video, we're going to have a quick look at how the Offcanvas block actually functions, because it functions a little bit different to what we're used to in the design features of blocks. So what I have here is an Offcanvas block, and if we select in the layer tree this column here, you can see that it has a width of 4 and an offset of 4, which puts it nicely in the middle. And as we'd expect, if we go and preview this, we'll see our Offcanvas menu coming from the side there. But we would think that by changing the width of our column here, it would have an effect on our menu. So I'm going to change this to 12 with an offset of 0. And if I preview this, we would naturally expect our menu to be full width like this. But something interesting happens. It isn't. We've still got this narrow menu on the side. So what's really interesting with the way this works is that from here in, the markup here, these divs of Offcanvas are the only things being used on our menu. All these other parts, the block, the container, the row, and even the column, are not part of the rendered Offcanvas menu when it functions. So changing the column and the width of our menu like this is really helpful from a design perspective, but it doesn't set the size of our menu. For example, here's another example. If I change this to a width of 4 and an offset of 4, nice and tidy in the middle, and I come down to our Offcanvas helper and I change our position to top, you watch what happens to the size of our menu. We have a full width menu. Crazy. And the same with the bottom, as you'd expect. And if I change this back to, or start, or even end, which means it comes in from the right hand side, we're going to be back to this narrower menu. So there are a couple of things that we can do that change the size of our menu by default. We have an option here on the right hand panel which says full screen Offcanvas, and with that selected we can then set the position that it still slides in from, but it will take up the full width of the screen. So we could change our position to start, so we've got a start position and a full screen Offcanvas, and when we activate our canvas, it comes in from the left and takes up the whole screen. If we unselect full screen Offcanvas, we have another option that says maximum width. And so the default width in Bootstrap for our Offcanvas menu is 400 pixels. So here, let's change this to 800 and have a look. And now we see our Offcanvas menu is twice the width that it was before. The neat thing is they're inherently responsive. So if we were to narrow the viewport down, we will find, because it's a maximum width of 800, that our Offcanvas menu will shrink down. So when it comes to setting the width of the column here, I would define it based on how you're setting up your menu. So if I was going to do a full screen menu, I would make this 12 because I want the best representation of my menu. And when I build my menu structure in here, I'll make it responsive. If I'm just going for one of the side ones, from the left or the right, I would be making it smaller. And again, these sizes are purely for visual design purposes. Okay, so hopefully that's helpful in understanding the way the block works. Take care.